Duncan Park in Huntsville, Alabama, getting set for game 2 of the SEC semifinal playoff round. Franklin Classical School, the Knights, and Freedom Cowboys. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Freedom will get the opening kick. Britton to kick it away, and here we go. Kickoff on the near side. This is to MacArthur. And MacArthur up to the 41-yard line, and that's where
Jensen MacArthur on the return to the Freedom Cowboys.
The Cowboys will take over.
Down.
Of course, a great game earlier today. Tennessee Heat, Zion Christian Heat with the 49-28 win. So they will meet the winner of this game next Saturday, 11 a.m. for the inaugural SEEC championship. James Shannon, the boss, Monica Shannon running the computer. I'll be joined here in a little bit by former Gatlinburg All-American, former All-Conference, Andrew Hasley. Pass on the far side. This is going to be
Oliver Johnson's pass to Logan Byers is
pass
complete.
to Byers is complete.
Second down.
I'll bring up a second down. Second and 2. Johnson, and whistles immediately as soon as the ball is snapped. We'll get a
Flag
call.
on the field. False start penalty will go against the Freedom Cowboys.
Freedom will draw a
5-yard
false
penalty.
start.
Second down.
And move them back to a 2nd and 7. Oliver Johnson, starting quarterback for Freedom. He is in the shotgun. Man in motion is Lorio. Johnson looking, fires near side. This is to Martone. Martone across the 40.
Oliver Johnson's pass
And down on the near side.
Enough for the Freedom Cowboys. First down.
It'll move the chains though, and it's a Freedom first down. Great job by Johnson reading the outlet pass and hitting the fellow senior Martone. Johnson looking, rolls right. Now he fires deep, looking for Lorio. He's got him. Touchdown. Cowboys. TJ Lorio with the catch. And just like that, Cowboys up by 6. Freedom will go for 2 here. Johnson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Fires right. Pass is incomplete.
Oliver Johnson's pass intended for Jensen MacArthur.
Misses his man. 2-point conversion attempt
is no good.
Your score, Freedom Cowboys 6, Franklin Classical School nothing. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week. Right here on 8-Man Extreme, it's brought to you by Jason Goolesby and J.D. Young of Blackwell Realty, Complete Wealth Management and Complete Real Estate, Fairlife Core Power Protein, Brent Atkinson with White Card Realtors, the Realty Group, and by Sutton Pools.
For the Freedom Cowboys.
Maynard set to kick off for the Cowboys, back deep to return. I believe that's Lancaster for Classical. Maynard with a great kick. On the return, there was number 7, Will Britton.
William Britton on the return.
So Classical will take over.
First down for Franklin.
Tanner Lane, junior quarterback, taking over for Classical in the shotgun. Takes the snap, dumps it off. Pass is incomplete. And almost a bad situation.
For Fletcher Lancaster is incomplete.
Lorio coming off the edge.
Second down and 10.
Just about. I missed it on the replay there, but just about got the interception on the pitch. Bring up second down. Clark, and ball's on the ground, and this is going to be Maynard coming back up with the ball, and it's going to be Freedom ball. I'll spot this at the 18-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Freedom Cowboys at the 18-yard line.
First and 10, Freedom. Winner of this game will go on to face Tennessee Heat for the inaugural SEEC championship. Johnson in the shotgun. Man in motion. Johnson takes the snap. Keeper, no, it's an option on the left-hand side with Lorio, and he is smothered by that Classical defense.
Johnson's pass to TJ Lorio is complete.
We'll see if they gave him any kind of a gain. Nope, they're going to say right back at the line of scrimmage. Nope, they will give him a yard. So it'll be second and 9.
Second down and 9.
Be second and 9 from around the, looks like the 16-yard line. Cowboys break the huddle. Johnson in the shotgun, 3 receivers left. Now man in motion. Johnson, give to Lorio, now around the right-hand side. This is Briers, and Briers is in.
Logan Briers on the carry in the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Touchdown, Freedom Cowboys. Logan Briers on the double reverse. And Cowboys now up 12-0. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. So be Briers on the carry. And he's across the goal line. 2-point conversion attempt is good.
Carry and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Your score, Freedom Cowboys 14, Franklin Classical nothing. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Freedom Cowboys, rather, set to kick away. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Cowboys already. That one loss to the defending national champions. Going to return by Britton here. Britton on the right-hand side looking for the edge. And he'll be brought down. Try to get it. Try to get a yard line marker here momentarily.
William Britton on the return. First down and 10.
Looks like it'll be around the 35-yard line. Lane in the shotgun. Flanked on his left by Lancaster. Nope, Lancaster's out wide left. Lane, Tanner Clark takes the snap. Keeper up the middle.
Tanner Clark up the middle. This gain is good enough for the first down.
And he'll move the chains. It'll be a first down. A good hard run by the junior quarterback. Be first and 10 for the Knights. Clark in the shotgun, man in motion. Clark takes the snap. Keeper on the left-hand side, and he's dropped. This will be a sack. Pierce Dalton and Oliver Johnson in on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Johnson in on the sack. So a little quarterback on quarterback crime. Clark in the shotgun. Man in motion. Clark will take the snap. Give on the jet sweep. This is Britton. Britton has space. Look down the left sideline. Trying to make Martone miss. And that won't happen. But it is a huge, huge gain down to the 30-yard line. No correction, the 25. And it'll be a Knights first down. Great job by Britton on the jet sweep. Getting the edge.
First down and 10 from the Freedom Cowboys, 27-yard line.
They'll mark it at the 27. Knights on the move here with now 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Clark flanked on his left. Bad snap. Clark able to pick it up. Throwing incomplete. Clark trying to make the best of a tough situation. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Clark in the shotgun, flanked on his, let's see. Looks like he was going to go shotgun. He is. Makes a call. He's back, flanked on his right. We got movement. Let's see which way this goes. We'll get a false start on the Knights.
Will go against the Franklin Knights. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Knights. Clark is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking right, fires on the screen. Pass is complete. This is Lancaster. Lancaster around the left-hand side, and forced out of bounds. They'll say that he stayed in bounds, but it is enough for the first down. Great job on the screen by Lancaster. First and only year player, senior for the Knights. He's been a huge addition for them this season. Clark, man in motion. He'll take the snap. Keeper up the left-hand side, looking for the edge, and he's forced out of bounds. It'll bring up a classical second down.
Clark on the carry. This will be a gain of 1, second down and 9.
Mentioned Freedom Cowboys come into tonight with an 8-1 record. That only loss to the defending national champion Evangel Christian, who will play for the ACSC title next Friday night. They'll face Lighthouse Homeschool Warriors. Lancaster fires right and passes incomplete. And it's going to be third down. 3rd and 9.
Make some noise, Cowboys fans. It's third down.
Ball is spotted. Looks like the 15.
Timeout, Franklin Christian.
And Franklin Classical will take the timeout. And so we'll step aside. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Band Extreme.
Third down and 9 coming
Classical facing a 3rd and 9. Deep in Freedom territory. The Cowboys do lead 14-0. 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Clark takes the snap. Looking, fires left to Lancaster, and Lancaster makes a move, and he's in. Touchdown, Knights.
Clark's pass to Fletcher Lancaster
Tanner Clark to Fletcher Lancaster. And the Knights are on the board. Great job by Clark to absorb the pressure. Lancaster wide open, just had to make a move to get across the goal line. And so the 2-point conversion attempt here. Lancaster in the shotgun. Sorry, Clark in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Looking, fires. And 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 14. Freedom Cowboys 14, Franklin Classical 6. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. And it's brought to you by Jason Goolesby and J.D. Young of Blackwell Realty. They bring knowledge, passion, excellence, and experience to the table when it comes to real estate. And with millions in sales this year already, the two of them would absolutely love the opportunity to put their skills to work for you. Yes, you can buy. Yes, you can sell. And yes, they can help. You can reach Jason Goolesby at 615-784-1121. Or J.D. Hang on. I mispronounced. I forgot the number. Hang on a second. Hang on. We're going to get this right. We're going to give y'all the right number. 615-784-8687. That's for Jason Goolesby. J.D. Young, 615-486-1121. Also presented by Complete Wealth Management and Complete Real Estate, your one-stop shop for financial coaching and asset management. Fairlife Core Power Protein. Work hard, recover harder. Brent Atkinson with Wycard Realtors, the Realty Group. And by Sutton Pools. Kickoff here by Britton. It's going to be picked up by Briars. No correction, this is MacArthur on the return. So best I can tell, it'll be around the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. .5:23 to go in the first quarter. Johnson in at quarterback. He's currently in the shotgun by himself. Johnson looking. Keeper, he's going to step up, and he's going to get met by that classical defense. That's Jude Law. I'll get the other number, but we do have a flag down.
Face mask penalty will go against
It'll be face mask called against Classical. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And Freedom will have a first down. So it'll be 1st and 5.
First down and 5.
Man in motion is Lorio. Johnson takes the snap. Option pitch to Lorio on the left-hand side. Looking for the edge. Has it. Bounces it back inside. And gets an extra couple yards.
And in for the Freedom Cowboys first down.
And it'll move the chains. It'll be a Freedom first down. Great job by Johnson on the option. Lorio putting some work in. Man in motion. Johnson on the option. He's going to keep it, though. And push forward. And Classical says they came up with the ball. Let's see if we've got a look at it. out right at the end. And it almost feels like they're going to make a ruling that he was down. And Classical's got the ball. They're going to rule that he was not down. So Knights will take over. Around the 33, 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Clark is in the shotgun. He is flanked by Lancaster. And we'll get whistles here. We'll see which way it's going. And they'll be marching Classical back, and they'll rule it a false start.
Penalty will go against Franklin Classical. Still 1st down.
So 1st and 15. Clark in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking, fires across the middle, and passes incomplete.
Tanner Clark's pass intended for Riley Costello.
Intended for Costello is incomplete.
Second down and 15.
Bring up a 2nd down. There's a bullet by Clark, too. Trying to find his big tight end, Costello. And just over the outstretched hands. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. 4:22 to go in the 1st quarter. Clark directing traffic, flanked by Lancaster. Clark takes the snap, pressured, dropped.
Tanner Clark on the carry.
And will register as a sack. A whole lot of Cowboys there to get the stop. And it'll be 3rd.
Make some noise, Cowboys fans.
And about 18 or 19.
Down.
3:53 to go in the 1st quarter. Classical looking to convert here. Be a big one. It's 2 down territory. Get half here, half on 4th. Now the snap is bobbled by Clark. Clark has to grab it and fall to the ground.
Tanner Clark with the fumble.
And that'll bring up a 4th down.
This will bring up 4th down and long.
And in comes Britton. It's 4th down and around 25 yards. This will be Lancaster back to punt it away instead of Britton. Lancaster, a great boot. Down to the Freedom 40, and it takes a massive Knights bounce. It'll be returned here. Trying to make a move, makes the first man miss. This is Lorio on the return. Lorio down the left sideline, still inbounds and finally taken down, but a flag flies. Back around the 50, you got to think this might come back. You'll see it come flying in right there. We are at McGuckin Park here in Huntsville, Alabama. Freedom Cowboys and Franklin Classical School Knights.
Holding penalty will go against the Freedom Cowboys.
We'll get a holding call here against Freedom. Let's see if it makes the announcement. So this will march the ball back to the 37.
First down.
38.
For Freedom Cowboys at their own 37-yard line.
And we'll mark it the 38. First and 10. 2:26 to go in the first quarter. Johnson in the shotgun. Man in motion is Martone. Johnson on the keeper. On the right-hand side looking for the edge, and he's brought down.
Oliver Johnson on the carry.
Looks like Bennett with the stop. And not enough for a first down, but it's close. It'll be about 2nd down and 2. Now Freedom going no huddle. Johnson in the shotgun. Man in motion again is Martone. Play fake to Martone again. Johnson up the middle. He'll have the first down.
Oliver Johnson up the middle. That gain is good enough for the Freedom
So
Cowboys.
2 straight play fakes to Martone in motion. Johnson with the carry, quarterback keepers. We've got a first down. Now under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Johnson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, play fake to Martone again. Johnson with the keeper around the left-hand side, looking for the edge. He has it down the sideline, and he will be forced out of bounds.
Oliver Johnson on the carry.
It's on the far side of the field, maybe around the 5-yard line. But it'll be a 1st and goal for Freedom.
Ball be placed at the 5-yard line, first down.
They'll spot it at the 5. Johnson in the shotgun. Martone on his up behind him. He gives to Martone. He's close. Not sure that he got in. Nope, he's going to be short.
This will bring up 2nd down and goal.
And Martone has to come off with a helmet issue. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Johnson is in the shotgun by himself now, man in motion. Johnson with the keeper. Option. This is to Lorio, and Lorio is in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oliver Johnson with the option pitch to TJ Lorio. And Freedom now takes a 20-6 lead, pending the 2-point conversion attempt.
Cowboys set to attempt the 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line.
Johnson in the shotgun, 3 receivers right. Looking, fires. Pass is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 20, Franklin Classical School 6. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week, right here on 8-Man Extreme. Maynard set to kick off for the Cowboys. Lancaster back to return. Instead, this will be Britton. He'll fake the pitch back to Lancaster. Britton on the return, and he'll get stuffed after a short return. 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Let's see where they spot this. Be around the 27-yard line. Maybe the 28. First and 10. Knights break the huddle. Clark in the shotgun, and he's flanked by Lancaster. Lancaster moves from left to right. Clark looking, fires, pass is complete. On the right-hand side, this is going to be Lancaster with the catch. A gain of about 4 or 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
This will bring up a 2nd down and 6.
And that should do it for the first quarter. Clock runs to 0, and that'll do it. At the end of 1, your score, Freedom Cowboys 20, Franklin Classical School Knights 6. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Start of the second quarter here for Franklin Classical. It is 2nd and 4. Clark is in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking, pressure, it has to dump it off and incomplete. Screen pass called, but just too much pressure to complete it, and I'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 5.
It's 3rd down.
Very dominant first quarter for the Freedom Cowboys, and I am joined by the former Gatlinburg All-American, former All-Conference, former conference champion, Andrew Hasley.
Yes, sir. It's awesome to be here.
Here for the second quarter. First quarter, getting some film from the field. So Clark is in the shotgun, flanked on his left. Clark takes the snap. Keeper around the left-hand side, looking for the edge. Has it. He is forced out of bounds. Looks like close to the 43-yard line. And he'll bring up a 1st down. Andrew, here in the first quarter, Freedom able to put 3 scores on the board. Classical able to answer with 1 and get the takeaway. But all in all, Freedom kind of ran the table there in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Freedom's just, they're unbreakable right now. There's that one score on FCS, and that really shows they can pass the rock, they can move the rock, but Freedom right here has just been standing strong consistently and really dominating overall.
Classical coming into tonight with a 3-5 record. One of those losses being to the Freedom Cowboys earlier this year, 22-6. So we've just about already passed the final score of that game. Clark, give to Lancaster, up the middle. It'll be a small gain, maybe 3-4 yards, and it'll bring up
This will be a gain of 1 on the play, second down
a
and 9.
second down. Lancaster, really interesting story for Franklin Classical. Had never played football. He was a senior at Franklin Road Christian School there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Had never played football, wanted the opportunity. And it just wasn't an option. He would have had to change how he got his education, which no kid or parent should ever have to do just to play a sport. Meanwhile, here Clark with the give to Lancaster. And he stays on his feet initially, but it's just enough time for this Cowboys defense to get to him and bring up a third down. So one of the awesome things about Franklin Classical being in the SEEC is the way the SEEC does things. Doesn't matter what school a kid comes from as long as they're age and grade eligible.
Rise up, Cowboys fans. With 10 yards to go, it's third
and so Fletcher Lancaster, senior this year, able to make the move and play for the Knights this season. Has been a huge addition to the team. Third and 10. Clark is in the shotgun. Flanked on his right. Can't get the number there. Clark takes the snap, looking, steps up in the pocket, looking, and he's sacked, but he gets the ball off. It'll still be a fourth down. And he was able to dump it off to number 13 for Classical. Zach Harlow, sophomore. So it'll bring up a fourth down. Britton on to punt. He is the normal punter.
On the punt, Oliver Johnson back deep to return.
And Johnson going back to return. Britton with the boot. Down the left-hand side, takes a huge Classical bounce. It's going to be out of bounds. Looks like around the 20-yard line. No, that's going to be the 10. So it'll be 1st and 10, Cowboys. 9:06 to go. Want to welcome you in. Thank you for watching, whether you're from Franklin area, maybe you're rooting for Classical. Maybe you've got someone you know playing for the Cowboys. Maybe you just wanted to watch a good football game tonight. Welcome in. Appreciate you joining us. James Shannon, Andrew Hasley, the boss, Monica Shannon, running the computer tonight. Cowboys take over. That's actually at the 5. Johnson is in the shotgun. Now they will move some players around and get set again. And we'll get whistles as soon as the ball is snapped. We'll get a flag.
False start penalty will go against the Freedom Cowboys.
And it will be a false start called on the Cowboys. So half the distance means the ball is now spotted around the 3-yard line. So Cowboys pinned deep. At this point, it'd be 97 yards for the score. Johnson with the give, and there he goes, and that's Martone. Martone is gone. One man to beat, and he does. But Tristan Martone, the senior, busts free down to the 50-yard line. It's a 47-yard gain, and it's a Cowboys first down. Andrew, a great piece of blocking and a great piece of running there by the Cowboys, getting out of a tough situation.
Yeah, it was amazing how he can carry that play and elongate it and get him out of a really bad situation.
Martone with the carry again. He busts on the right-hand side, looking for the edge, making men miss, and finally
Tristan Martone on the carry once again. There was a flag.
finally brought down at the 20. There is a flag. Let's see what we get. Let's see what the call is.
Personal
They'll
foul,
call face mask on
will go
Classical.
against the Franklin Knights.
So more yardage given to the Cowboys, who lead 20-6 with 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Let's see where this ball ends up getting spotted at.
Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Ball spotted around the 9-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun by himself. Man in motion is Lorio. Johnson, give to Lorio. No, keeper. And Johnson right up the middle. Touchdown, Freedom Cowboys. Oliver Johnson. Great play fake to Lorio. Drew almost the entire defense that direction. And Johnson able to punch it in for 6.
Freedom set to attempt the 2-point conversion from the Knights' 3-yard line.
Cowboys going for the 2-point conversion attempt. It'll be Johnson by himself, man in motion. Johnson, option, pitches it to Lorio. Lorio is in. 2-point conversion attempt is good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 28, Franklin Classical School Knights 6. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme.
Maynard set to kick off for the Freedom Cowboys.
Cowboys set to kick it away. This is Maynard. Back deep to return. Looks like Britton is deep. Lancaster, and I believe that's number 3, which is going to be Max Brown, about halfway. They're ready for the squib kick. Kick from Maynard is going to drop around the 10. It's going to be returned by Lancaster. Lancaster starts left, looking for the edge, has it, makes a move down the sideline. Flag flies on the backside of the play, and he's finally brought down around the 50.
Fletcher Lancaster on the return. There is a flag.
But a flag came down at the 30, and we'll get the call. No indication yet.
Two fouls on the play, both against the receiving team.
Two fouls on the play, again, both against Classical, as you can hear.
Holding penalty against the Knights. That penalty is accepted.
So it'll move them back to the 30-yard line.
Franklin Classical set to take over from their own 31-yard line. First down.
Clark is in the shotgun. Flanked on his right by Lancaster. Clark looking, fires, pass complete. And it is to Lancaster, loses his footing. That's to Costello. Turf Monster got him. It'll bring up second down.
Second down and 12.
Second and 12. Clark takes the snap, looking, pressured, steps up, still looking, fires. He's wide open. That's Max Brown. Brown at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, makes a move, cuts inside. He's in across the goal line. Touchdown, Franklin Classical. Clark doing a great job moving around the pocket. And Max Brown wide open, and the senior gives the Knights 6. It's 28-12 with 7 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter. Clark in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking, fires left. And he got his man. 2-point conversion attempt is good. Your score. Franklin Classical, Freedom Cowboys rather, 28. Franklin Classical 14. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme, and it's brought to you by Jason Goolesby and J.D. Young of Blackpool Realty. They bring knowledge, passion, excellence, and experience to the table when it comes to real estate. And with millions in sales this year already, the two would absolutely love the opportunity to put their skills to work for you. Yes, you can buy. Yes, you can sell. And yes, they can help. You can reach Jason Goolesby at 615-784-8687 and J.D. Young at 615-486-1121. Also presented by Complete Wealth Management and Complete Real Estate, your one-stop shop for financial coaching and asset management. Fairlife Core Power Protein, work hard, recover harder. Brent Atkinson with Wycard Realtors, the Realty Group, and by Sutton Pools, fiberglass pools done right. You can reach Brian Sutton at 931-624-4027. Britton set to kick it away. Back deep to return is Lorio for the Cowboys. Britton with the kick on the left-hand side. It's going to go out of bounds. And it wasn't the only flag they could have called, but they will call kick out of bounds. We'll see if they elect to have the Knights re-kick it. I don't believe they will.
Kicking out of bounds, penalty will go against the Knights.
So they will not take the kickoff. They will take the ball at the 35-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Freedom Cowboys.
Be first and 10.
35-yard line.
Johnson in the shotgun. Man in motion is Martone. Johnson takes the snap. Give to, nope, keeper by Johnson. Nope.
Oliver Johnson on the carry.
They are so good at these fakes. I think Johnson with the keeper on the left-hand side.
Be a gain of 3 on the
So
play.
a
Second
gain of
down,
3,
7.
and it'll bring up a second down. Six and a half minutes to go in the first half. Cowboys up by 14. Johnson in the shotgun. Now he'll bring Lorio in motion. Johnson looking, fires right. Looking for Lorio, and pass is incomplete. No correction. Looking for Maynard. And the pass is incomplete. It'll bring up a third down.
Third down and 7.
Andrew, having played receiver yourself, throws like that, it's tough to. It's got to be tough to come back to him, try to make that play. But
Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of mentally tough sometimes, but as long as they can just kind of keep their heads down and keep at least trying to get those plays working, things will end up working out at some point.
Johnson with the keeper on the left-hand side, trying to keep the edge. He does. Takes off, makes a man miss across the 35, across the 30, 25, and he'll step out of bounds just shy of the 20. Oliver Johnson with the first down, and we do have a flag. And we'll get the call.
Holding penalty will go against the Freedom Cowboys.
There'll be a holding against the Cowboys. Let's see where they spot this.
Replay, third down.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for Freedom. Clock continuing to run. Lorio in motion. Johnson, keeper. On the left-hand side, has space, he's gone. 35, 20, 10, end zone. Oliver Johnson into the end zone, give him 6. Cowboys. Great play fake by Oliver Johnson. And then speed on the backside. And it gives the Cowboys 6. It makes it a 34-14 game. Cowboys will go for the 2-point conversion. Johnson has come off the field. Martone in now.
Freedom Cowboys set to attempt the 2-point conversion.
That's always impressive, Andrew, when you can see sleight of hand, power running, the ability to make men miss, then all of a sudden, like a light switch, just flip on the speed, turn on the afterburners, and leave them behind. Pass is complete. 2-point conversion attempt is good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 36, Franklin Classical 14. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Freedom Cowboys, Gavin Maynard, set to kick it away. 5:11 to go in the second quarter. Lancaster back deep to return for Classical. And Classical will get the ball after the half. Maynard with the kick. It's a deep one. Lancaster has to go back. No correction. This is Brown on the return, and Brown is smothered by that Cowboys coverage team. Andrew, as a kicker, and your coverage team does something like that.
Oh, it's a happy day for me.
Yeah, it's a good day.
It makes your stats look really good.
Right. Great net yardage, huh?
Yes, phenomenal.
5:03 to go. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say it always takes a good kick to get it down there, so.
Fair enough. Fair enough, but a good coverage team keeps it down there.
Yes, sir.
Classical pin deep. Back around the 15, 16-yard line. Clark is in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Play fake. Fires left. Got it complete to Costello. Costello looking for the edge. Has it. Down the sideline, and he's still in bounds, and the ball comes out. And Cowboys have it. They're going to say the Cowboys have it, and then finally forced out of bounds. And MacArthur has the recovery. So a great completion to Costello. He had the edge. He was down the sideline. He fumbles. Ball stays in bounds, and MacArthur able to get a hold of the ball and bring it back. It's a Knights territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Cowboys. And we'll get a timeout called here by the Knights. Of course, tomorrow, 4 p.m., right here on our channel, it'll be Extreme Talk presented by Complete. We'll recap the games from this past weekend. Preview games coming up next weekend, including a slew of championship games and playoff games. Talk to a couple coaches, talk a little 8-man football. It's Extreme Talk presented by Complete. 4 p.m. right here tomorrow afternoon. And, of course, the upcoming slate of games next Friday night. It's the CFA Championship game, Russell Christian, Jacksonville Christian. Game in Cottondale, Alabama, just outside Tuscaloosa on the campus of Tuscaloosa Christian. So that game will be Friday night, CFA Championship next Saturday, 11 a.m. Winner of this game will face the Tennessee Heat. We'll have that game as well from Holcomb Field on the campus of Zion Christian Academy.
First down and 10 for the Freedom Cowboys.
And then, of course, it's time for the NHSA National Championship Tournament. In 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, it starts down in Panama City Beach, Florida. We'll be down there as well. Here's the give up the middle.
Handoff goes to Alex Brown.
This is Brown with the carry. Looks like a gain of about 4 or 5, and it'll bring up second down.
4, second down and 6.
Cowboys going no huddle. And whistles fly as soon as the ball is snapped.
Flag on the field.
We'll get the call. It'll be a false start on Freedom.
Against the Freedom Cowboys. This is a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard
Still
penalty,
second
and
down.
it'll still be second down, but it'll be second down and 12. Clock still ticking, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Johnson by himself, 5 yards behind the line. Man in motion is O'Neal. Johnson, play fake, keeper up the middle. Has space, one man to beat. Johnson has a block, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Freedom Cowboys. Oliver Johnson with the keeper around the left-hand side. And Cowboys now lead by 22 with 3:52 to go. Now, correction, they now lead by 28 with 3:52 to go.
Freedom Cowboys set to attempt the two-point conversion from the 3-yard line.
Martone looking, fires, pass is complete.
Mr. Martone's pass to Elijah Appleton is complete. The two-point conversion
Appleton
is
with the
good.
catch. Two-point conversion attempt is good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 44, Franklin Classical 14. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Maynard set to kick off. Something I've said quite a few times tonight. As Freedom has put 44 points on the board here in the first quarter. Back to return for the Knights. I believe this is number 3, Max Brown. Yeah. Maynard. Southpaw kicker. And it'll straight to Brown. Brown on the return. Starts right. Looking for his blockers. Has a hole. Has space. And he's down across the 30-yard line. No, the 25 rather. So it'll be 1st and 10. Franklin Classical.
Ball will be placed at their own 32-yard line. First down.
Great job reading his blockers initially. And a great job by Freedom's coverage team. So ball at the 33. Of course, I mentioned earlier, the winner of this game will go on to face the Tennessee Heat for the inaugural SEEC Championship. It's next Saturday, 11 a.m. right here on our YouTube channel. Clark by himself takes the snap. Pressured, rolls left, looking, fires, looking for Brown, and Brown got the catch. Max Brown hauled that ball in. Clark under pressure got the throw away. And what a catch by the senior number 3 to come back to the ball, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, making those catches in the times they need it most.
First down and 10 for the Freedom Cowboys, 48.
So it'll be 1st and 10 in Cowboys territory. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first half. Knights do get the ball after the break. Clark flanked by Lancaster. Clark flushed left, looking, ball's out, ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up. This will be number 18, TJ Lorio, with the fumble recovery. That Freedom defense all over it. And Cowboys now up by 36. .245 to go in the first quarter. Freedom Cowboys have not been in the playoffs in a very long time. They've been independent for a very long time. So have not been in the playoffs of a conference. Franklin Classical's last time was 2015, 7 years ago, in the TSI AA. Then MTAC. So both these teams making their first postseason appearance in a long time. So B. Johnson firing and incomplete, intended for Lorio. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 50, Franklin Classical School Knights 14. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Maynard set to kick it away. Deep to return is Lancaster. It'll be returned, though, by Brown as a shorter kick. Brown makes a move, has some space, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40, around the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Knights, 2:36 to go in the first half. Cowboys with a dominant first half, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not much more to say than that. They've just been dominating on pretty much every single side of the ball and executing all their plays really, really well.
And I think that's really been the key, execution. They've made their blocks. The timing's been right, and good decisions. Clark in the shotgun, flanked by Lancaster. Clark looking, fires across the middle. Pass is complete. It is complete to Britton, and Britton was drilled after the catch, but it is a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Britton took a lick there. Clark looking, fires right. Pass complete to Brown. Brown makes a man miss. 2-man miss. Finally dragged down from behind in Cowboys territory around the 45. It'll move the chains, and Knights have to have a sense of urgency. 1:49 to go in the first half. Down by 36. And if it stands like this after halftime, it'll be the running clock mercy rule until there's less than a 35-point gap. Clark, pressure, dumps it off to Lancaster on the screen. Lancaster making him a spin move, gets free, and a gain of about 6 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. And what a move, Andrew, by Fletcher Lancaster to get free.
Yeah.
Right there. Stayed on the ground and spin move.
Yeah, him keeping his feet right there is just, you can tell there's that pure athleticism that he has, even though he's not been, a football player for very long.
Clark takes the snap. Pressured, looking, fires. The pass has complete to Brown. Brown makes a man miss. Brown to the left-hand side, looking for the edge. Down the sideline, he's in. Touchdown, Franklin Classical. Max Brown doing work on this drive. Great pass by Tanner Clark. And Knights put another 6 on the board. It's now 50-20, 43 seconds left. Andrew, you could really see a sense of urgency on this drive from the Knights. Very efficient drive for them.
A phenomenal drive, and honestly, if they can keep this urgency, keep this efficiency, and keep on executing like they've done these last couple plays, they could potentially bring the game in to a lot more competitive stance.
Clark. Ball is carried by Lancaster. He's in. 2-point conversion attempt is good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 50, Franklin Classical School Knights 22. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Britton set to kick. Nope, Harlow set to kick it away. Back deep to return is Lorio for the Cowboys. Short kick to the 35. It'll be returned here by Appleton. Nope, that might be the wrong number. MacArthur with the return. The Cowboys will take over with decent field position. 37 seconds to go.
Ball be placed on their own 49-yard line.
49-yard line is where the ball is spotted. Johnson in the shotgun by himself. Looking. Fires across the middle. Complete to Martone. Brown in pursuit. Martone is going to get in. Touchdown Cowboys. Brown tried to make the stop and unable to get it. Tristan Martone. Perfect pass from Oliver Johnson. And the Cowboys, Andrew, with a quick answer to that classical touchdown.
Yeah, a quick answer and just a few very well executed plays and a phenomenal catch and run there.
So now 25 seconds to go in the first half. Johnson has the play call. Johnson looking, fires right and passes incomplete, intended for Appleton. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, Cowboys 56, Knights 22. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Maynard set to kick it away for the Cowboys. Back deep to return. For the Knights is Lancaster. Cowboys with a quick answer there to the classical touchdown scored by Max Brown. That time Tristan Martone for freedom. Gets across the goal line, scoring on Max Brown, who was trying to defend the play. Maynard with the kick. It's a good one. Down to around the 10. It'll be fielded actually by Brown. Brown starts left, comes back inside looking for his blockers. He's down around the 27-yard line. It'll bring up a Knights first down with 19 seconds to go. Andrew, this situation, 19 seconds to go before the half. You get the ball after the half, and you're down by how many? 34. Kind of play you hoping coach calls?
As a receiver,
You want to go?
I'd want to go.
You want to go?
I'd want to go route.
There you go.
I think you find your fastest guy on the team, you just tell him to run.
Go or slant? Or post?
I want to go.
Fair enough.
You just got to hope the fastest guy is faster than whoever's on him.
How was your hitch and go game back in the day?
Oh, it was good.
Was it solid? All right.
Hey, you've seen me run.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Clark is in the shotgun. Flanked by Lancaster. Takes the snap, looking, pressured, tried to step up, and he's dropped. In the backfield, it's a sack by Martone. Nope, Johnson. Johnson credited with the sack, so a little quarterback on quarterback crime. It'll bring up a halftime. That's what it'll bring up. Clock runs out. That's the end of the first half. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 56, Franklin Classical School 22. They'll put 10 minutes on the clock for halftime, and we will step aside. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Back with the second half of action from McGuckin Park here, just outside Huntsville, Alabama. The Freedom Cowboys and the Franklin Classical School Knights. Cowboys lead 56-22. Classical will get the ball after the half. If you can spell out a first half, Andrew, it's spelled out as Freedom Cowboys. It was all Cowboys.
Cowboys pretty much, they executed phenomenally almost every single play, and then they were also to come away with, fumbles, and they were able to turn those into 6 points.
And those point swings are huge. Maynard set to kick it away. Great boot. It's deep. It'll be returned by Brown. Brown was on a knee when he fielded it.
William Britton knees with kick.
I believe it was in the end zone when it was fielded. If not, it's deep in Classical territory.
Ball will be placed at the 9-yard line. First down.
Nope, it was at the 9. So knee down on the return when he fielded it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Classical 9. That's tough.
Yeah.
Knights trying to get the play called. And again, winner of this game will go on to face the Tennessee Heat for the SEEC Championship next Saturday, 11 a.m. We'll have the broadcast right here on our YouTube channel. And if you want to come to the game, come on. It's at Holcomb Field on the campus of Zion Christian. Would love to have you out there. Clark in the shotgun, man in motion. Clark takes the snap, keeper, and he is pushed down.
Daniel Clark on the carry.
It'll be a loss of, see how far back they go. Loss of 3 on the play.
This will be a loss of 3.
It'll be 2nd and 13.
2nd down and 13 for the Knights.
Of course, next week, a lot of championship games, some playoff games. We'll go over those here in a moment. Meanwhile, Classical backed up deep at the 6-yard line. Clark takes the snap. Give up the middle. This is Lancaster. Lancaster with space. One man to beat. It's Maynard. Lancaster with a grown man move. And MacArthur on the backside gets him down at across the 35. Maynard trying to get off the field, but a huge carry there by Fletcher Lancaster, the senior for Franklin Classical. That's not good. Maynard being helped off the field. It was an awkward play on the backside as he tried to make the tackle. You hate to see that for the young man. One of the seniors on this team. Cowboys got a lot of juniors coming up, but a lot of senior leadership. High snap. Clark pulls it down. Keeper on the left-hand side. It'll be forced down. They'll say he was down out inbounds, and now Clark took a hard hit on the backside of the play. Looks like he smacked his head pretty hard on the ground. We'll take a look at him. We'll step aside. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week here on 8-Man Extreme. quick break there as Tanner Clark headed off the field under his own power. Love to see that. So they're going to go with a wildcat formation. Lancaster will take the snaps. Rolls right, looking, fires across the middle for Costello. Costello into the end zone. What a throw, Andrew, by Fletcher Lancaster on the money, but we do have a flag down.
I mean, flags aside, that was still a beautiful throw.
That was on the money. We'll get a holding call against Classical. It'll wipe the touchdown off the board. That's a backbreaker right there.
Will go against the Franklin Classical Knights.
So it'll back them up. Let's see how far they're going to move them. Moving this out quite a ways. Looks like it'll be
Penalty from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
be around the 40, say the 45-yard line. Maybe the 47.
46-yard line.
Second down and about 24, 25 yards to go. Lancaster will take snaps again. Pulls it down. He'll keep it. We're on the right-hand side, looking for the edge. Has it. Forced out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage. Great run by the senior there, Andrew. And just trying to get some of that yardage back on the holding call. It'll be 3rd and 8.
With 8 yards to go, the ball at the 33-yard line. It's third
Clark has not made his way
down.
back in after taking a hard bounce on the ground. Lancaster will take the snap. He'll keep it around the left-hand side, bounces it outside, looking for the edge, has it, has space, stays in bounds, and finally brought down around the 13-yard line. It'll move the chains, and it's a first down. Good hard run by the senior, Andrew.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see it. He's really taking the weight of the team and trying to carry it on his back as much as possible.
Knights down by 34, but still fighting. Under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Looks like Harlow bringing the play call in. And all of a sudden, on that first play, Lancaster proved he could sling it a little bit. So they have options here. He'll take the snap. Reverse. This is to Brown around the left-hand side, looking for the edge and brought down on the 7-yard line, looks like.
Let's bring up a second down.
It'll be second down. Lancaster getting the play call, bringing it in. They'll break the huddle. Lancaster will be in the backfield. He'll be flanked by Harlow. He'll take the snap. Roll right. Fires. Pass is incomplete. Broken up by the Cowboys. And it'll bring up a third down. 3rd down and 5. Andrew, you got to see Lancaster coming in relief of Tanner Clark, who has still not made his way back onto the field. He is walking around the sidelines. Hope all the best for him, but you got to love the relief job that Lancaster has done, just trying to make things work.
Yeah, he's really led this drive and helped push them down the field. And hopefully they can seal it off with 6 points.
Freedom would love to squeeze down on this offense right now. Bend but don't break. We'll get a timeout here.
Flag on the field.
We'll get a flag. Not sure what it's for.
Delay of game penalty.
It'll be delay of game called on the Knights.
This is a 5-yard penalty.
Moving back 5, and it's now 3rd and 9. So they lose 5.
3rd down and 10.
And they're back to close to the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage after the first down. Lancaster in the shotgun, flanked on his left-hand side. He'll take the snap, rolls right, pressured, gets free, makes 2 men miss, looking, fires into the end zone, caught, touchdown, that's Max Brown. And what a job, Fletcher Lancaster made 2 men miss, and then just darts a bullet into the end zone, and Max Brown able to come back to the ball. That's 6 points for Classical, no flags. It's now a 28-point game. Mentioned earlier, Freedom playing in their first playoff game in a very long time. Long-time independent team. Played in postseason tournaments in Dayton, Tennessee, Panama City Beach, Florida. Clark back in. Clark will carry up the middle. 2-point conversion is no good, though. Great to see Clark back on the field, Andrew. But your score, Cowboys 56, Classical 28. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme, and it's brought to you by Jason Goolesby and J.D. Young of Blackwell Realty. They bring knowledge, passion, excellence, and experience to the table when it comes to real estate. And with millions in sales this year already, the two would love the opportunity to put their skills to work for you. Yes, you can buy. Yes, you can sell. And yes, they can help. You can reach Jason Goolesby at 615-784-8687 and J.D. Young at 615-486-1121. Also presented by Complete Wealth Management and Complete Real Estate, your one-stop shop for financial coaching and asset management. Fairlife, Core Power, Protein, Work Hard, Recover Harder. Brent Atkinson with White Card Realtors, the Realty Group. And by Sutton Pools, fiberglass pools done right. You can reach Brian Sutton at 931-624-4027. Want to give a big thank you to those 5 sponsors throughout the season, making it happen, making all the travel happen. Of course, a wild day of travel today up in Mount Juliet, Tennessee at noon for a game. And then jet down to Huntsville here for the 7 o'clock kickoff. So big shout out, James Shannon. Big shout out to Andrew Hasley, Mr. Andrew Hasley.
Thank you.
Running the camera, doing a little color. The boss, Monica Shannon, running the computer today. We're set for kickoff. Britton will kick it away. Lorio is back deep to return. Short onside kick here, and Freedom has to fall on the ball.
Onside kick is recovered by Alex Brown.
It's recovered by Brown, and so that will put the ball around the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Cowboys. 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Andrew, what you love to see out of these playoff games is even a team down by quite a bit, they never stop fighting, they never give up. They never let you down and desert you, and they just keep fighting.
Yeah, the resilience is amazing to see in teams.
Johnson in the shotgun, Lorio in motion. Johnson with the keeper on the left-hand side. Has space. He's taking off. He's got 1 man to beat. And he will. Johnson with a 60-yard touchdown run. Touchdown Cowboys. Oliver Johnson, the senior quarterback, getting the shot, getting his chance to win a conference championship. And he puts the team on his back, and he is doing what he has to. Big answer there. second time so far this game, Andrew. Classical scores, and Cowboys come right back with a quick answer just to kind of seal it back up.
Yeah, Freedom has done really well at not letting Classical take over the total amount of momentum in this game.
Johnson takes the snap, looking, rolls right, fires, wide open is MacArthur.
The two-point conversion is good.
And two-point conversion attempt is good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 64, Franklin Classical School Knights 28. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. This is going to be number 20, Jensen MacArthur, one of the seniors on this team, set to kick it away. Back deep to return is Will Britton for Classical. MacArthur with a line drive kick, and it'll bounce to Britton, who dumps it off to Lancaster. He's around the right-hand side looking for the edge, and he'll be forced out of bounds around the 35-yard line. Creative play call there, Andrew, and it pays off for the Knights as they have pretty decent starting field position.
Yeah,
It's a first, though. I've never seen that one.
Neither have I, to be honest, but they picked it up really well, executed well, and got a few yards out of it. So.
Clark is back in at quarterback. Love to see it. He's in the shotgun, flanked by Lancaster. Man in motion. Clark takes the snap. Keeper on the left-hand side in a short gain, maybe one or two. It'll be second down. Next weekend, several conference championship games taking place. The ACSC will be Friday night at 7. Evangel Christian and Lighthouse Homeschool, the Warriors and the Lightning. Evangel Christian's YouTube channel will have that broadcast. We will be in just outside Tuscaloosa, Alabama, in Cottondale on the campus of Tuscaloosa Christian, as Russell Christian and Jacksonville Christian battle for the CFA title. And then next Saturday, 11 a.m., it's the SEEC championship game between the Tennessee Heat and the winner of this game, which looks like it could be the Cowboys, but not going to call it yet. Clark looking, fires deep, intended for Brown. Brown's got it! Down the sideline, stays in bounds, no flags, and Brown is in. Touchdown Knights. What a throw from Tanner Clark. Brown goes and gets it, makes the move to get free, and stays in bounds. Great touchdown for the Knights there, Andrew. And right there, Knights score, Cowboys answer, and now the Knights have answered back.
I mean, yeah, it's just a beautiful catch and run there for Franklin Classical. Just kind of keep clawing at it and trying to bring back that lead, hopefully.
Classical to attempt the two-point conversion.
From the 3-yard line.
Clark in the shotgun. Takes the snap, dumps it off to Lancaster. And nothing doing. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 64, Franklin Classical School 34. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme.
Yeah, it says live.
Set to kick off for the Knights. DJ
Harlow on the onside. Ball bounces, and it's going to be picked up by the Cowboys.
Onside kick is recovered by
So recover the onside kick and start with the ball around the 50. It'll be 1st and 10, Cowboys.
Freedom Cowboys set to take over from their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10.
Johnson in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, give. This is to number 44, who was looking for the edge. He'll get brought down. That's Alex Brown on the carry.
This will bring up a gain of 6.
Gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down rather for the Cowboys. Good hard run there by Brown. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 98 combined points scored tonight between these two teams. A little bit of a shootout between two teams that typically don't get in shootouts. Johnson, play fake, keeper, left-hand side. He might have enough for the first down, and it is. It'll move the chains. First down, Cowboys.
First down.
Johnson, give to Brown, and he is stuffed in that backfield
Alex Brown is stopped in the backfield.
by that classical defense. What a stop there. Be a loss of 2.
Second down and 12 for the
Be
Freedom
2nd and 12. It looks like number 3, Max Brown, was who got in there to force a loss of yardage. And in motion is Lorio. Johnson, play fake to Lorio. Around the right-hand side, looking for the edge. Has the block down the sideline. And Johnson's in again. Oliver Johnson. Into the end zone, but there is a flag.
On the field.
Let's see if we can't get the call there. Andrew, did you see anything on the play?
To be honest, no.
They've got their notebooks out, and they are making sure they're on the right page. Burning some lead there.
I just want to know what they're writing.
Or ink, yeah. Unsportsmanlike called on the Cowboys.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Freedom Cowboys.
The penalty is declined.
These penalties will offset.
Oh, so unsportsmanlike called on both. So they offset, and the touchdown stands. We've now hit over 100 points with 3:15 to go in the third quarter. Cowboys will attempt the two-point conversion. It's a nice breather for Johnson after about a 50-yard run there. Cowboys getting the play call in. And they got to wait for the officials. And here we go. We'll have the two-point conversion attempt now. Johnson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking right, fires right. Pass is batted down by Brown. Two-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score, it's the Freedom Cowboys 70, Franklin Classical 34. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme.
For the Freedom Cowboys.
Andrew, ready?
Yep.
Freedom set to kick it away. This is going to be MacArthur with the kick. It'll be a bouncer at around the 25. It'll be returned by Brown around the right-hand side. Bounces back to the left hand. Looking for the edge. Trying to make men miss. Spin move, and he'll be hauled down.
Max Brown on the return.
By the coverage team. That's Alex Brown with the stop.
Ball will be placed around the
Well, according to Max Preps, the documented meetings that they have between these two, Freedom Cowboys lead the series 4-1. There is a forfeit loss last season where Freedom was scheduled to play the Classical Knights. Knights had to back out due to injuries. But in games played earlier this year, Cowboys with a 22-6 win. Back in 2017, Knights got a 38-16 win. and then 2 meetings in 2007 and a meeting in 2005. All Freedom Cowboy wins. Clark, play fake, steps up in the pocket, looking, and he'll be dropped. And we'll get a flag on the backside of the play. And here comes the rain. As talked about that this evening, there would be some rain coming in. And here it comes. It is dropped all of a sudden. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Clark takes the snap. Looking, fires deep for Costello. Incomplete, and the flag flies.
2 flags.
I feel like it's going to be called on the same penalty there. Clark with a great pass for Costello. That Cowboys defensive backfield just got involved. Bottom is dropped out here in Huntsville. We're at McGuckin Park, just outside of downtown. It's been the Cowboys' home for a long time.
15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Correction, 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, 1st down.
So the ball will be spotted around the 47-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys lead the night 70-34. So we've gone over the century mark. Clark takes the snap, play fake. Spins away from the first defender, second got him in the backfield for the sack. I'll bring up a 2nd down. Let's see how far back they move it. It's a big loss, 2nd and 10. Or 2nd and 20, 10-yard loss from the original line of scrimmage. Clark looking, dumps it off on the screen. Intercepted by Martone. Tristan Martone all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Martone with the perfect read on the screen pass. And he marches it into the end zone. It's now a 42-point game. No, a 42-point game. 110 points scored. The Cowboys can make it a 44-point game with a successful 2-point conversion attempt here.
Freedom set to attempt the 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line.
This is going to be 33. Briars with the carry. 2-point conversion attempt is good. There is a flag on the field, though. We'll get the call. Both teams heading to their respective sidelines, so might be enforced on the kickoff.
score. Franklin Knights 34. Your Freedom Cowboys 78.
So I'm not sure what the flag was for. They have not made an indication, but
Jensen MacArthur sets it
MacArthur
up
will
for
kick
the
off
Freedom
from the
Cowboys.
40. Back to return for the Knights is going to be number 2, Caleb Manning. So it'll be Manning and Jack Brown back to return. The penalty, it looks like, is going to be on Classical, because MacArthur has now marched up to Classical's 45-yard line.
Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
(78-34) your score. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Want to thank you for tuning in, whether you're from Franklin, maybe you know somebody playing for the Knights, maybe you know somebody playing for the Cowboys, maybe you just wanted to watch a little bit of football on a Saturday night. I'm glad that you joined us. Well, it looks like the Cowboys, it's a little early to call, Andrew, but seems like the Cowboys are going to be playing for their first conference championship in a long time. I believe 15 years was the last time they were in a conference. They'll be playing the Tennessee Heat. So Will O'Neal is going to have to hold the ball on the kickoff. MacArthur will kick it away. Wind has kicked up. Rain came in pretty well, but it's died back down. MacArthur with a line drive kick. It'll be returned by Brown, the younger Brown. He'll get up to around the 20-yard line.
Brown on the return for the Knights. Ball will be placed around the 20-yard line.
Jack
First
Brown,
down, 10.
a junior. So it'll be 1st and 10 Knights. You got to love the fight, Andrew, of the Knights, just like Zion earlier. Just won't go away. Just won't quit.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the resilience in these teams and that they won't hang their heads and they won't give up until the final whistle blows.
And you look at this in comparison to the game they played earlier this year. Final score of that game, 22-6. I'm pretty sure we had that about 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Wow.
So 28 points scored in that one, 112 in this one. Clark, pass is intended for Brett Williams is incomplete, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Your score, Freedom Cowboys 78, Franklin Classical School 34. This is the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8-Man Extreme. Clark takes the snap, back with action here in the fourth quarter. Clark looking for Lancaster and just had to dump it off real quick. Pressured there. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
This will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Just a fun note. For y'all, all of y'all back in the, wherever you're watching, specifically Volunteer State. If you haven't seen, well, I'm not going to ruin for you. Not going to ruin the Vols Wildcat score. You can go look it up for yourself. Clark takes the snap, looking, pressured, fires across the middle, pass complete to Costello. And it's enough for the 1st down. Ball down to just past the 30-yard line. First down. Costello, a big target, big tight end target. Kind of curious why Clark hasn't been looking for him a little bit more. Only a sophomore. That's a big old boy, Andrew.
Yeah.
That's a big target.
Big target.
Clark in the shotgun, flanked on the right by Lancaster. He'll take the snap, looking. Clark steps up in the pocket, makes a man miss. Still looking down the field, fires. Pass intended for Brown, and it'll fall short. Great job by Clark to avoid the pressure in the backfield. 3rd down and 10 as the rain continues to come down. Not a hard rain, just enough to make you mad. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Clark takes the snap, keeper. Oh, no, this is Lancaster with the ball. And he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 on the play. I'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Running clock here, under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. 112 points scored, Andrew. 112.
That's a lot of points.
There you go. Let's see. It was 49-28 for the Heat Zion game. So if my homeschool math is correct, that's 77.
It's a lot of points. That's what I know.
Hey, SEEC can put up points. 189 points in 2 games.
Maybe they can break 200.
Lancaster takes the snap, looking, fires, intended for Brown, and what a catch! Max Brown has the 1st down and still on his feet, and finally brought down around the 45-yard line. Max Brown having a game here, Andrew.
Yeah.
And what a job there, coming back to the ball, grabbing it, making a couple men miss, picking up a few extra yards.
I mean, not only a great game, but great catches. I mean, and in the rain, it's a lot harder to get those balls.
Freedom Cowboys now 7.5 minutes away from playing for the inaugural SEEC championship against the Tennessee Heat, who they faced last week. Lancaster looking, fires deep again, intended for Brown, and just missed him, overshot him. Lancaster loaded up the rocket on 1st and 10. But to no avail. Of course, Heat and Freedom Cowboys faced each other last week right here at McGuckin Park, the annual Independence Bowl between the two homeschool teams. Started several years ago. And it was a Freedom Cowboys 42-13 win. So the trophy stayed here in Huntsville. They won it last year as well. Freedom Cowboys did. Reverse here to Brown. The inside trying to bounce outside. He'll be brought down. Huge loss of yardage on the play, about 4 or 5 yards. Freedom defense, a lot of couple backups in right now, a couple starters, kind of finishing it out.
3rd down and 14 coming up for the Knights.
Andrew, you were around guys that had this experience. It wasn't your experience, but you were around guys who were seniors that got the opportunity to play for and win a conference championship in their senior year. There's no more of a special way to go out.
Yeah, I mean, going out on top is definitely what everyone wants. And luckily I was able to help some guys do that.
Even if you get just get the chance to play for a championship. Pretty solid way to end your senior year. Lancaster loads up, fires deep, and it's intercepted by the Cowboys. This is number 25, Josiah Carr, senior here with the Cowboys. Be a turnover on down. Still running clock with the 44-point difference.
Freedom Cowboys set to take over on their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
Ball will be spotted around the 20-yard line. Johnson under center, single back give. And this is Alex Brown. Alex Brown with the carry. 4.5 minutes to go. 2nd and 3 for the Cowboys, who are going no huddle here. Johnson with the give to Brown again around the left-hand side, has space. He'll move the chains. Great run there by Alex Brown.
Alex Brown on the carry.
And he'll move the chain. It'll be a 1st down for the Cowboys.
Cowboys 1st down.
Johnson. Brown's 3rd straight carry.
Handoff goes to Alex Brown once again.
And he's got a gain. Let's see how far they mark it. Looks like a gain of 5. I'll give him 6.
Gain of 6 on the play.
2nd and 4. Johnson give on the right-hand side. I'll give you a guess on who carried the ball.
Handoff goes to Alex Brown.
Number 44, Alex Brown. But good runs here at the end, Andrew, by Alex Brown, just to kind of just continue to move the chains. Great blocking by this offense. Just bleeding out the clock, getting it to zeros.
Yeah, I mean, it is still really important for them to make sure they get the 1st downs on these too.
Brown with the carry up the middle. I'll have a couple before this classical defense closes in on him. Under 2 minutes to go. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And a 4, second down and 6.
Cowboys should only have to run maybe 3 more plays. Maybe 4 to close this out. Well, it's been an awesome day of football, 2 games. I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Andrew Hasley for running the camera, handling color commentary, and a big thank you to the boss, Monica Shannon, for running computer today.
Gail Carpenter on the carry.
Ball carried there by number 22,
for the Freedom Cowboys.
Sam Trotter. And just over a minute to go now. Should only be another play, and the Cowboys will be heading to play for a title. And congratulations to Franklin Classical on a solid season. Great first season in the SEEC. This is Cale Carpenter with the carry. That wasn't Trotter earlier. This is Cale Carpenter, the junior, with a big run, busting it free inside the 15.
Injury timeout.
We've got a night down around the 30-yard line. That will stop the clock at 26 seconds. Let this night's coaching staff take a look at the young man. This will be number 19, Oak Carty, Jr.
First down and 10 for the Freedom Cowboys inside the 20-yard line.
Cowboys don't have to run another play. Official giving some warnings out, trying to make sure their sportsmanlike play. It's been a pretty sportsmanlike game so far tonight. Clock will run. They might have to run one more. And they will. Johnson will drop a knee, and that'll do it. The Freedom Cowboys, next Saturday, 11 a.m., they've got a date with the Tennessee Heat, and it's for the SEC Championship. We'll have the broadcast right here on our YouTube channel.
Please join the Freedom Cowboys.
Come on out to Holcomb Field on the campus of Zion Christian
Next Saturday.
for the championship
Thank you very
game.
much and have a great night.
For Andrew Hasley, for the boss, Monica Shannon, I'm James Shannon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your final score, Freedom Cowboys 78, Franklin Classical School 34. This has been the Goolesby and Young Extreme Game of the Week right here on 8 Man Extreme.